The Committee on Parole is called back to order. Our next case is going to be the case of Jon Fazende. Ms. Fazende, would you give us your full name and DOC number, please?
Jon Fazende, 630385.
Thank you, Ms. Fazende. This is the matter of, Ms. Fazende, let me explain our process to you. First, I'm going to read some information into the record, and then we'll conduct a parole interview with you. At the appropriate time, we'll allow the participants who've indicated they wish to speak to have their input. We have Mr. Randy Meyer, the Jefferson Parish District Attorney's Office, is here to speak in opposition. At the end, you'll be allowed to make a brief statement before the board votes. Do you understand our process, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
This is a matter of Jon Fazende, DOC number 630385, date of birth November the 30th of 1972. Parole eligibility date of March the 8th of 2023. Adjusted good time date of March 27th, 2023. And a full term date of December the 8th of 2026. She is currently serving a 5-year sentence on the charges of theft in excess of $500 and forgery, having been sentenced May the 26th of 2022. Ms. Fazende, is that accurate?
Yes, sir.
The case has been assigned to Ms. Pearl Wise. She will begin our interview process. Would you please answer any questions she might have? Thank you.
Good afternoon. I think it's afternoon now. Good afternoon. How you doing?
Okay.
Good, good. Tell us for the record how long you served on this 5-year sentence.
It'll be a year I'll be serving.
It'll be a year. You've been in jail for a year on this charge.
Yes, ma'am.
Usually, when there's a theft charge, is the victims don't know the person they stole from. But that's not the situation with you, right? You are well acquainted with the person you stole from, right?
Yes.
What was going on in your life? Tell us who you were then.
My husband and I was separating, and he was leaving broke.
It was what now?
He had taken all the money and had left me with nothing.
Okay, and so the theft was for what?
It was to cover my charges for the house and stuff.
What you mean?
My bills, for my house,
Bills like what?
electricity, water, necessities, food.
Okay, so your paycheck would not do that because you were employed.
No, ma'am.
And,
It
go ahead.
It wouldn't cover all of it at all.
Okay. There was an indication that that you stole from their Home Depot account and remodeled your kitchen.
No,
What do you
ma'am,
say?
I did not.
You didn't steal anything on there. You didn't throw anything for your home from Home Depot.
No, ma'am.
And in your estimation, how much do you think you stole?
About $1,500 a month for about a year.
Okay, $1,500 a month for a year. I do want you to know your victim is strongly opposed to your early release, and there's nothing you can do about it, but I want you to know that. What have you been doing in this year that you've been in jail?
I've been very ill. I've been going in and out of the hospital into dialysis.
When did you find out you were diabetic?
The year before all this went down.
You were still employed when you found out you were diabetic?
Yes, ma'am.
There's also some indications of some mental health concerns. Are you on any medication for mental health?
I don't know if I'm on there for mental health, other than depression.
Yeah, that's what she's talking about.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, that's, yeah. Do you take any medication for that? Is what I'm asking.
Yes, ma'am.
How you doing? How you doing with the medication?
I'm doing okay,
Is it helping?
somewhat.
And what you mean?
I'm just depressed because of my kidney issues. I know it's terminal.
You know it's terminal. So if somebody told you that, what your expectation of how long you got to live, have you got a kind of date like that from anybody?
They said about 3 to 4 years if I don't get a kidney.
And have you talked it over with your counselor when you have your sessions? Have you kind of laid it on the table with them? That's what you need to do.
I go to dialysis 3 times a week, so
But yeah, I think your next appointment with mental health is, I think, is December the 15th, 22. Well, I'm just encouraging you to have that mental health time, share that. That's what they're there for, to help you. You don't want to die while you're still living. If you got 3 years to live, you need to figure out how to live those 3 years. You understand what I'm saying?
yes,
Now,
ma'am.
that may change. But it would definitely, worry would definitely shorten it. I just wanted to put that out there. Again, it's very, very concerning to me, your offense and the relationship with the family, that's very concerning. Now, you were enrolled in pre-release. Did you finish those programs? Were you
Yes.
able to finish?
I did 2 of them and I finished 2 of them.
She's,
Wait, because record doesn't show that you completed it, that you enrolled in it in August. But
Yes.
I don't see the.
she's completed parenting and anger management last week, and then she's still currently in pre-release. She's still in
Okay.
process of that class.
Great. So if she, because her good time date is in March, if she gets through with pre-release, what's her estimated date, y'all? Will she be immediate?
Yes, ma'am, she would be an immediate.
That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you.
Warren, anything else you want to share? Anything else you want to tell?
No, I was just gonna mention, she's not been with us that long. She arrived in July and has been living in our infirmary area the entire time due to her medical conditions. I do have Dr. Lee here, our medical director, if there are any other medical questions that you all have, but as Ms. Fazing said, she does go out 3 times a week for dialysis and has been compliant with that. And we have not had any trouble with her while she's been here, no disciplinary issues or anything of that nature.
I want to commend you on being able to give programs while they're in the infirmary. That's kind of unique. We appreciate that. It's good to
Yeah.
see.
Yes, definitely.
But if the doctor want to share something with us, put on the record, we appreciate hearing from you.
I think overall medically, yes, as she has said, she has been very critically ill. I mean, the kidneys are not going to rebound or come back, which is why she's been on dialysis, and will remain on dialysis for the rest of her life unless she does get a kidney. Other things she has also had, we had issues with, she had lung surgery for an empyema, which is an infection in the lung, which is pretty serious, lost part of the lung. Also has a defibrillator in place, secondary, with heart failure that again goes along with her kidneys. So just remains critically ill.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Mr. Freeman, you have a question?
Yes, Mr. Fazende, where will you go? Do y'all have something set up for her to go to if she is released with these kind of conditions?
Yes, I'm sorry, you can answer.
I can go to my house with my brother, which is right by my hospital and by my doctors and my dialysis center.
That's what I was
Thank
gonna say. We have talked to the family and they had also noted that the dialysis is, quite close location wise.
Thank you very much. Mr. Meyer, we'll hear from Mr. Meyer now in opposition.
Good afternoon, Randy Meyer, Assistant DA, Jefferson Parish. Based on the victim's strong opposition and his request for restitution, we're opposed and do request that if she is granted, that, I'm not exactly sure how that would occur, but, restitution would be appropriate. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Meyer. We appreciate your comments. Then we vote.
Yes.
I guess we could give Mr. Fazan an opportunity to say anything. Is there anything you'd like to say, Mr. Fazan, before
No, sir.
Thank you very much. Okay.
Based on, the proximity of the good time to date and the fact that the warden said, once you complete the current program, you will be in a release. I'm going to deny your parole today, in light of that. Best wishes to you, young lady.
I agree. Let's let her go and finish that class and then she'll be an immediate release. I vote to deny today.
Mr. Fazan, Ms. Fazan, my vote is likewise the same, and it's because of the circumstances that you're in. Our denial means you'll get out probably just as quickly as, not quicker, if we would have granted you parole today. So good luck to you.
Thank you.
Last word. Last word.
Okay, I'm sorry, Warden Thomas, thank you very much. Thank you and the staff for everything. We'll be adjourned at 12:15.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you.
So this was really intense. You know, it's a tough one. And I'll get why it's a tough one. I mean, really, you hear someone who okay, so I have the court transcript and I'll share it in the description below. She's obviously dying. It's not just her kidneys, but she's had lung surgery. She has so many issues. She is dying unless she gets a kidney transplant. I don't know what the odds of that are, and that's just terrible. Imagine spending, you're living your life, everything is, and then all of a sudden your husband leaves, your financial stress, you start to steal, you end up in prison, and you find out that you're terminally ill. And what Miss Wise said, I thought was very wise. Even if it is the last 3 years, you want to live it as best that you can and not be in this depressed state. I know it's easier said than done, especially when you're inside prison. They rejected her, but as they said, it was really in her best interest. It certainly is interesting that the prosecutor goes up and speaks in this matter when you have someone, but and that's where this court transcript comes in. And I guess really who knows, but according to the court transcript, because she appealed, it pulls up again. That's what we're finding when people appeal. It's much easier to find the documents. She stole much more than $1,500 for a year. Over in here, it states that she stole $144,121.26. And as Miss Wise insinuated, redoing her kitchen, and so it doesn't seem that she's taking accountability for what she did, for what she stole. But again, I'm just not gonna, and the board wasn't gonna give her a hard time on this. Not under these circumstances. It's just very depressing, this entire case. It really is. I don't really know how to look at this in any kind of positive way, except she will be getting out soon, and hopefully she can get medical help. And I don't know how it works with getting a kidney, how that works. But we should always be thankful for the blessings that we have. That's for sure. Life can always change in an instant. With that, I'll let you go.